Hey everyone, my name is Haley Stotts. I graduated in the class of 2018. I have with me here our very own new A-State Chancellor, Dr. Todd Shields.
Hello, Haley. Hey, good to see you. Thanks for
Good to
having
see
me
you
here.
too.
It's really great to be here.
We're so thrilled to have you, and I say that on behalf of
Thank
our
you.
current and alumni Red Wolves. And I'm really curious because you've had a first month under your belt?
Yes, it's been a crazy first month. I've gotten to meet so many faculty and staff and students and wonderful people in the community. It's been wonderful.
You said something about faculty a second ago, and truthfully, that was crucial to my experience. Our
It
faculty,
is.
our staff, the professors in the classroom.
It is.
They're wonderful people, and that really sets A-State apart. What do you think about all of that?
Oh, I completely agree. And it's my own experience too. In fact, when I first went to college, I was engineering, really because my mom and dad really were encouraging that. I took a general education course in American national government, and a professor named Augustus Jones. He was actually the first African American professor that I'd ever had. We were just talking about things like abortion and death penalty and morality of war and presidential powers. And when the bell would ring, I'd look up and go, I don't want this class to be over yet. And
Yeah.
I wanted more reading. He was the one that really came up and challenged me to say, have you really thought about this? And you've got some talent and interests, and I really want to. He challenged me to think beyond what I had ever even considered before. And so I completely understand. Faculty are making all the difference, and that's one of the things that I love about Arkansas State is that there's so many faculty here that care so much about students. They know that the students here are great and they can become great, and they're really dedicated to it. It's been inspirational.
I love that, and that's such a cool story because look where you are now, because someone believed in you.
Yes, he would never have believed it if he. Unfortunately, he passed away a few years ago, but he never would have believed I even could make it through graduate school. But yes, he was a huge influence in my life. I could never repay that debt.
That's awesome. Well, okay, currently we're sitting in the Welcome Center, right?
Yes, yes.
And this is
beautiful,
where,
isn't it?
It is
It's
so
great.
nice. This is where our new incoming students or prospective students are gonna,
I love
see
it.
A-State for
I
the
love
first
it.
time.
It's fantastic, yes.
And that kind of leads me into a question. So
Sure.
I know enrollment is up, which is incredible.
It
And I
is.
would love to hear about your vision for enrollment in the future.
Well, it's amazing that, after COVID, really, a lot of people weren't really sure if students were going to be coming back to college or not. And the fact that Arkansas State has slightly up enrollment is great, fantastic. There's so many institutions across the state and the country that are not having that. There is a cliff of 18-year-olds. They call it a cliff because there's just a precipitous drop in the number of 18-year-olds and high school graduates that are coming out. The population is very much shifting older as opposed to younger students. And so I'm a really firm believer that the cliff is coming, but it won't hit everybody equally. And I think that the ingredients and the faculty, staff, students, and the community in this area, we're not going to have a hard time with the cliff. We're going to continue to make major differences in students' lives.
That's awesome.
Yes,
I'm
it is.
really
It's
glad to
quite
hear that.
exciting. Yeah.
As a proud alumni, of
Yeah,
course.
exactly.
So I know you've spent your entire academia career in Arkansas.
Yes,
So
it's true.
why Arkansas State now?
Well, I'll tell you, I graduated with my PhD in 1994, and my wife and I moved to Fayetteville, Arkansas. And Fayetteville was about 70,000 people at that time period. It was the perfect place for me because I'm really motivated about, taking students who may not think that they're great and showing them that they are. And I loved the idea of really teaching first-generation students, teaching students who are underrepresented backgrounds, and taking students who were not maybe sure if they could do it to show them how you compete with anybody. I loved that, right? And so we were part of, the explosion that happened up in that area. And we saw the university take a really big role in what was happening there. Why Arkansas State? Because I missed all that. I missed the idea of really making a difference in students' lives and making a difference of knowing people and being a part of changing and shaping their world, just like I had happened to me. And so when this job came open, my wife and I both said, okay, that's the one we're going to go try to find. When my daughter was Miss America, she came to Jonesboro, I think probably 5 or 6 times.
Oh, yeah.
And she was telling me how wonderful it was and how welcoming and just friendly and just the best place she'd ever been, and loved it more than any other place in America. And so, she had really sold it. And when we came up here, she was like, you undersold it. I mean, it's really fantastic. And so when we saw this opening, we knew that's the one we wanted to try. We wanted to give it all in to try to get that.
I love that. So I know right now, like kind of our current campaign is A State Made.
Yes.
And I remember getting those materials in the mail, and that really stood out. I laid them all out on my bed, and I looked at all the marketing materials of different universities, and I thought, that's what I want right now in life.
Right.
And it's so special because, we've kind of, I guess, shifted in our marketing efforts, but I still feel that.
Yes.
I work in Jonesboro now. I live here. I love it. Right. What are your thoughts on A-State and Jonesboro and kind of the cohesion that we have and could grow into?
So I think that the opportunities are huge, even further along than Fayetteville was when we first got there, way further along. I mean, the campus is primed to do so much with industry, and industry's primed to do so much with the campus, but there really hasn't been this concerted effort to say, how do we work together to make that happen?
Sure.
How do we do it to make sure that the faculty's research is really helping all of the businesses, and how do the businesses helping the students? We are in the middle of this great resignation. They're calling it the great resignation. Everybody's having trouble staffing places, right? Well, guess who needs internships and fellowships, and guess who are the brightest minds and hardest workers and more excited? The students, right?
Absolutely.
So we've got lots of opportunities for industry right here on campus. We just have to make sure that we're working with them and making sure that all that happens.
Absolutely. And fun fact, the guys that are producing this video right now, I used to work for them.
Well, there you go. See, exactly.
It comes full circle.
That's great. It always does.
Kind of stuff.
I love that. It's fantastic. That's
so
great.
In your short amount of time here, what sets A-State apart?
I love well, first and foremost, I say the people. The people really, truly are welcoming and friendly, and everybody seems to wanting to see the Northeast Arkansas area grow and continue to be on this trajectory that they're already on. Everybody, that's the first and foremost. The second thing is that Arkansas State is just the perfect size. It's large enough that you have every opportunity that a huge, massive school would have. All the research opportunities, all the honors opportunities, all the opportunities to work with production and media and all that kind of thing, all the opportunities to do your own research and to succeed anywhere you want. But it's also small enough that you are known.
Yeah.
And that you know your people that are in your major, and you know your professors, and you get to talk to them, and they, like with me, call you out and say, you need to think about this because you're selling yourself short, that kind of thing. And so for me, it's the perfect place and the perfect combination, not only with the size of the campus, but also with where the community and the area, the region want to go.
I love that.
Yeah,
well,
it's exciting.
It is the perfect place, and you're the perfect person for this job.
Well, I hope so. I'm going to do everything we can, that's for sure.
We're so thrilled that you're here, and I'm curious if you have any final thoughts that you want to share with us.
Just that the number of opportunities that I've seen in 4 weeks were shocking. I mean, I thought that there would be 1 or 2 big areas of we can completely partner with you on this, but it's been more like 5 or 6 a day that I'm going, oh my gosh. I mean, what's going to be difficult for Arkansas State and the community is not finding the opportunities, it's going to be implementing them. It's going to be, try to find those ones that are, okay, which ones are going to be the ones that are going to be the biggest return on investment and return on time and energy, best for the campus, best for the region, best for businesses. That's going to be the biggest question, is what are our top priorities, and then how do we make those happen? Because there's no shortage of opportunities. They're everywhere.
Well, hey, thank you so much for sitting down and talking with me today. It was a pleasure to get to know you.
It's my pleasure.
I think we have one thing left to say, though.
I think we do.
Okay, you ready?
Yes.
All right. Wolves up.
Wolves up.